And let's move on to the next observatory. So Gemini, and Andy Adamson is the Associate Director for Gemini North.
Thanks for the opportunity to update you on what's happening at Gemini. As you can see from the list of authors here, I've borrowed from quite a lot of people. I'll give a short science highlight. I'll talk about operations on both sites and some health metrics. I'll talk about new instrumentation and then about our efforts on engagement, particularly on Hawaii Island. But first, though, I'm happy to announce that the search for a new Gemini director to replace Jennifer Lotz is complete. Scott Dam has accepted the position, and he'll be moving to Hawaii in the middle of this year. And Renee Rutten, who was performing fantastic work as interim deputy director, he departed at the beginning of the year, and we're about to advertise that position. Quick science highlights. This came out fairly recently, picked by Basson et al. 2025. As you may be aware, we've had a resident visitor instrument, Maroon X, mounted on Gemini North, or in fact in the Pier Lab, for the last few years. It's now getting something like 30 centimeters per second velocity precision. And this paper combines results from Maroon X with Espresso and VLT to show that there are 4 small exoplanets in really tight orbits around Barnard's star, which is one of the nearest known stars, an M dwarf, I believe. None of these are habitable, unfortunately, and the authors were also able to rule out the presence of any planet with more than about half an Earth mass in the habitable zone around this star. So kind of extraordinary result, and you can see the precision from the velocity scale there in this diagram. Quick words about operations. The highlight for the North has been the commissioning and the early science use of IGRINS 2. We've had a great collaboration with CASI in Korea on this instrument, and it's now quite sought after in proposals. We had a really good second semester of 2024, and the regular queue, we completed programs at a very good rate, as you can see on the lower right here. Our challenge has been that the facility infrared spectrometer, GNIRS, has had a camera turret issue, which has meant we spent most of the time in the short blue configuration, taking occasional ginger tweaks to get into the long cameras. We just took the instrument off the telescope, and we're working on remediation for that. So hopefully this will be back early in 25B. In the south, we're now in the second semester of high-resolution optical spectroscopy with the instrument called GHOST. It's seen steady improvement in stability, in detector temperature, and in software reliability as well, after some fantastic troubleshooting by the software team. In the south, we had some other challenges, mostly with the weather. We had a really bad 24B, and then we had an unusual double bogey failure that took us off sky for a night. So our statistics in the south weren't great for 24B, hoping for better from the current semester. On the health metrics, here's the instrument doing in 2025A. The current semester, in other words, GMOS always amounts to about half at both sites because it's our wide coverage visible wavelength instrument. But you can now see on the left there that IGRINS 2 is taking a lot of proposals in the north, and GHOST is well demanded in the south as well. In the north, that green slice for IGRINS 2 has persisted from 25A into 25B, and the other instruments haven't gone away. So we end up with the oversubscription that I'll show in the next slide. So this is 25A at the top, 25B at the bottom, north on the left, south on the right. The blue bars and the red bars are basically the actual oversubscription. It's the time requested divided by the time that we're actually going to schedule. And point to note here is that in the bottom left plot, the US, which is our largest single partner, is oversubscribing Gemini North by a factor of 5 in 25B. That, as I suggested earlier, this is partly because of the IGRINS 2 slice being added to that pie without taking anything else away. It'll be interesting to see how this develops with time. So besides the regular queue, we have large and long programs. Here's just a chart showing the development of that over time. Just a thing to note that at some semesters in the past, we have found ourselves really over-committed, and so we've had to limit the offering, and we had to do the same again this last time round. And you can see the oversubscription at the latest 24 there is a factor of 5 for all the time available in large and longs. And this is available to the US and Canada. They're the partners who take part in the large and long program. On our publications in the top plot here, blue is north and red is south. The north, as you can see, takes a bit of a dip in 2024. There's quite a lot of possible reasons for this. Maybe we've plateaued. I guess we'll see. But, I've listed here some of the other possible reasons for it. The COVID problem, the extended shutdown that we had in 2022 to 2023 due to our mirror incident, JWST coming online, and the cyber incident that we had in 2024. All of these are possible contributors, and we'll see what happens. At the bottom right are fast turnaround and large and long programs. Both of these are now contributing really well. They've been running since 2014, 2015, contributing about 30% to our publications if you add it all up. Quick look at instrumentation. Here's our rather busy timeline for instrumentation. In the north, we'll accept GPI-2, an exoplanet imager spectrometer. We'll convert Maroon-X to a facility. We'll install a new secondary mirror, and later we'll upgrade our AO system and feed a multi-arm AO IFU from it. So that's GNAO and GERMOS. In the south, things are simpler because the focus is much more on Rubin LSST follow-up in the south. And there, our new software, the GPP, Gemini Program Platform, and Scorpio, the new instrument, will be critical. So, similar diagram as others have shown. Here's our imaging fields on the left, spectroscopy on the right. The imaging field is a little out of date. NIRI has already been taken out of the regular offering as we make room for the new instrumentation that I've been talking about. On the right, we've been steadily filling out the upper reaches of the spectral resolution plot with visiting instruments like Maroon-X here and IGRINS in the south, and now with IGRINS-2 in the north in the infrared. And Scorpio will add a third dimension to this plot with simultaneous 8-band coverage in both imaging and spectroscopy. Here's IGRINS-2 in the lab. I won't say too much about it. It's been a great collaboration with Kazi. The instrument is now on the telescope, offered to the community. It's in shared risks in 25A, partly because our data reduction is still being worked on. It's moved now to Spain to be worked on at Fractal. Delivery dates are very provisional, so don't take any of this literally. But we expect it sometime in reasonable time to be helpful with Rubin follow-up. GNAO and GERMOS, the multi-object AO infrared IFU, that's coming later in the decade. We have a bunch of reviews going on this year, as you can see. Quick word about engagement and so on. So Shadow the Scientist, that's been spreading its wings a little beyond the original intent. This is where we have a Zoom session at night, and we invite people in. They can talk to the observers, and they can ask questions in real time. So we've had sessions in Japanese, in French. We've had more than one with India, very well attended. And recently we've used it for first-time users to get them familiar with how their Phase 2 programs are actually used at the telescope. It's been a really interesting morphing of this originally outreach opportunity into our actual operation. Here's a partial list of the activities that we're taking part in or leading with many of the other observatories and community organizations. The one I'll highlight here is the one at the top, which is the Hawaii Cultural Residency. That's imminent. We're hoping to recruit in the real short-term future. In this, we place a Hawaiian cultural practitioner in operations in the observatory, and I'm really looking forward to a genuinely two-way learning experience with that program. Right, I'm going to stop. I just wanted to offer a note of thanks. As I guess you've heard already, the conduit between Gemini and CFHT that carried the Graces fiber will be removed real soon. I think I saw Olivier Lai in the audience, so thank you, Olivier. This was originally the Ohana conduit. And then when Anna finished, it was noted as being useful for linking Gemini's collecting area to the Espadon spectrograph at CFHT. This was a fantastic collaboration. It was only brought to an end by a lightning strike. But again, thank you to the CFHT for all the science you enabled with Graces.
Thank you very much, Andy. Is there any question for Andy? Okay, I don't see any. So thank you again very much, Andy.